Things are really heating up. You can tell we are 19 days away from April 2nd glory because I'm here consistently. We've got a lot to discuss, including new evidence and new info pointing towards that Switch 2 release date. Games that could be coming to Switch 2 are getting rumored, and a game was announced for Switch 2, but taken back, which I think is always a fun time, plus a kind of scary story on the potentially high price of Switch 2. So good morning, Mario. Good morning, Switch fans. Hope you're all doing it fantastic out there. We're going to jump right in. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos. I love being here. It seems like we're going to be like regular for eternity. I mean, once the Switch 2 comes out, it'll be just insane. But for now, Power Wash Simulator 2 is the 2 we're talking about. Now, maybe you do enjoy the cathartic, calming nature of spraying water and eliminating scum, cleaning out the swamp, and doing your best to deal with those pesky gnomes. Well, Future Lab announced Power Wash Simulator 2, and Eurogamer came through in the clutch and said, hey, it's coming to Switch 2. Boom. That sounds great. They have a quote from Future Lab. We do plan to release on Switch 2, but we'll share more info on that when we are ready. Oops, Future Lab. No, Nintendo doesn't want you saying that. This is a bad move. And so Future Lab now updates and corrects themselves and says, whilst we would like to release on Switch 2, there are no current firm plans. We have no time frame or news there. Oh, sure you do, buddy. Sure you do. I'm sure you got a call from Shigeru Miyamoto and he was like, I am going to power wash you out of this industry if you don't take back what you told Eurogamer. Actually, Miyamoto is super nice. When I met him, he was all nice, but he did say, like, he thinks it's good to, like, be a kid and get into some fights and mix it up a bit, so you never know if he's the one making these calls, but regardless, they weren't supposed to say nothing about the Switch 2. I'm sure it's difficult because people are excited about working on what's bound to be the biggest launch in video game history. We talked about that yesterday. How cool would it be to be working on a Switch 2 title? You've got the dev kit, you know April 2nd is close, and then shoot, you're not even supposed to indicate or hint or tell someone off the record that your game is coming to Switch 2, so they have to say there are no current firm plans. But there are definitely squishy plans, and those squishy plans will probably come into view after April 2nd. Now, something else that could be there April 2nd is going to be Bethesda's Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake. Nate the Hate, comes in with this rumor, claims the game will likely release before June, while sources have told Video Games Chronicle that it could arrive as soon as next month being April. Now, it is a fully remade Unreal Engine 5 Oblivion title, and it seems like if this is going to be revealed very soon, and it could be here very soon, a nice title for the Switch 2 Direct. We know that Skyrim played a vital key role in the Switch 1 marketing. Wouldn't it be just kismet for Oblivion to play a key role in the Switch 2 marketing? Like, let's go backwards to go forwards. But this would be forwards because they're saying it's going to have 6 reworked gameplay systems, including stamina, sneaking, blocking, archery, hit reaction, and HUD, to make it a more modernized version of the 2006, nearly 20-year-old RPG from the fine folks developing the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I think this would be a great get for Nintendo Switch 2, and you can bet your butt if it's coming out, if this is real, which it seems like it is, it's going to be on Switch 2. Now, something else that is going to be on Switch 2 that we've heard rumored is Doom: The Dark Ages, and this is another piece of the May 15th puzzle. Do you know when Doom: The Dark Ages releases? Let me give you a guess. Yes, May 15th. Now, you might see May 13th listed places, but that's only because you can pay for a deluxe edition to grant you 2 days early access. But May 15th for the Doom launch is quite suspicious. May 15th is nice because the Switch 2 could also be launching on May 15th. I saw this interesting thread from Thunderstash Gaming where he compiled all the data, which is basically all the stuff that we talked about yesterday, including this new Doom: The Dark Ages release date correlation, basically saying that all the new Doom games have come to Switch. They've been very proud to run Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal on Nintendo Switch. Remember, there was the love affair between Isabelle from Animal Crossing New Horizons and Doomslayer with Doom Eternal, so it was a very nice, nifty mixing of the minds and of the absolute opposite genres. But what great way to show that Nintendo Switch 2 is for everybody, every kind of game, across the ratings board, across the genres, and across the graphical fidelity, than by dropping Mario Kart and Doom the Dark Ages. May 15th would give Nintendo a really nice launch title that is multi-platform day and date. Can't do Assassin's Creed Shadows, that's going to be coming out in a few weeks here. Can't really do many other games because there's not hardly anything coming out in the May or June timeframe. And maybe that's for good reason. Maybe other publishers know, like, hey, Nintendo, they're going to be pushing this thing out there. Doom the Dark Ages would be a great third-party get that you could buy day one on Switch 2, and it's not coming later. I mean, how often were we able to say that with the Switch 1? Hardly ever. Hardly ever. We get these promises of, like, Marvel's Midnight Suns is coming to Nintendo Switch, and then it vanished. It never came. It was supposed to be day and date, then it was delayed, then it was permanently erased from our memory. If May 15th is the date, you've got the Nintendo Switch store opening in San Francisco, you've got the Mario Lego set, you've got Doom the Dark Ages, you've got the end of the Nintendo Switch 2 experiences, wrapping up the first main wave in Melbourne on May 11th. There's one more in Korea after that, but that one is so far beyond that I don't think they're waiting for that to finish. There's a huge gap, and maybe it's just a scheduling conflict. Plus, it makes good sense because the Nintendo World theme park in Orlando opens the following week on May 22nd, which I forgot about, and another great point by Thunderstash Gaming, saying that, hey, get your Switch on May 15th, go travel on Memorial Day, wait in line at Nintendo World or at your grandma's house for the buffet or wherever you might be, and play the heck out of that thing. It does not make sense to release the Switch 2 on a holiday weekend where people are busy, with family, traveling, already spending money and time. It also does not make sense to release the Switch 2 on the same day as the theme park. It makes a whole lot more sense to release it on the day your store opens to guarantee people come. Because let's be honest, is there a big reason to go May 15th to Nintendo San Francisco? I mean, maybe for some cool merch that says Nintendo San Francisco, but it's not like there's an exclusive character that's only going to be in SF. The Switch 2, though, would be pretty swanky to pick up at the brand new store and give it a grand opening that really emphasizes the grand part and the opening part equally. I very much think that this system is coming out May 15th. I think everything points towards it, and I think it's a great release date. It's right where they want it, and it lines up to give us Doom the Dark Ages as a stellar day one launch title. Like, there can also be other third-party stuff, Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed, even Shadows, maybe the Mass Effect trilogy, etc. These games that have already been out for a number of months, a number of years, a number of generations. But if we could get Doom the Dark Ages, the Oblivion Unreal Engine 5 remake, that is a super strong start, and voila, it's Bethesda, it's Microsoft helping out and wanting to be a big part, and they've said as much. We know Nintendo and Microsoft are trying to double duty here and get game sales going for the big M, as well as the big N. The letters are close in the alphabet for a reason. Maybe. This was always Destiny. But maybe Destiny is that you're paying more than $400 for your system. This is interesting from the Bloomberg story on the Switch being $400 or more. We talked about this a little bit yesterday with Cirque and Toto saying we can expect a great software lineup in year one. The Mario Kart, the Mario, 3D Mario, Pokemon Legends, Metroid Prime. But there's this other line that I think got buried, which is the original Switch's NVIDIA chip is estimated to cost $80 per unit, while the Switch 2's chip is likely to be in the $130 to $150 range. And that is why Hideki Yasuda came in with the statement, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo goes ahead with $499. $499. That's like full $100 more than what we've heard at the $400 price point, and that's $50 more than I think Nintendo would be willing to risk. That is expensive. But if you look at $150 versus $180, it's basically double. Nintendo won't double the $300 price point of the original Switch to $600, but they might want to get close. You can look at this and say $80 to $150 is a $70 increase, so $400 covers that $70 increase. But I think it's important to think of this more in terms of the exponential multiplication rather than the addition. Like I said, it's nearly double, and therefore the Switch 2 could be nearly double. At this point, I think $400 will be a steal, and I've said anything in the threes is out of the question for a long time. I firmly believe that. I'm thinking $430, $450. I feel $500 is very high, and I don't think Nintendo would be so ballsy to do that and risk smaller sales, especially since they're predicting 6 to 8 million units. They're shipping consoles already, and they want to flood the market and have this be an absolutely massive success with a smooth, seamless transition where software can make them a ton of cash. I think $450 is about as much as you can do. $429 feels like a Nintendo-y price, and $400 would be a steal. That's what I would expect at this point with tariffs, with the way the world is going, with inflation, with the cost of the chip, with Nintendo kind of feeling their oats at least a little bit and having huge success with the Switch. And the OLED is $350, my friends. This thing is going to be in the low to mid fours. I really would be surprised if it's $400. I think that'd be a huge victory. And Hideki Yasuda, I hope you're wrong, because $499 does sound like a lot. I don't want to pay $500 for a Switch 2. You don't want to pay $500 for a Switch 2. But maybe you want to play Power Wash Simulator 2, because it sure seems like they oopsied their way into kind of unveiling their title before they were supposed to. Let me know what you think about May 15th as the release date, the Bethesda dynamic duo of Doom the Dark Ages and Oblivion Elder Scrolls coming to the Switch 2 at launch. Would that be a great third-party pair? How do you feel about it? Let me know your take in the comments down below. In the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.